All right, here it is, 11:20 at night. Just got everything wrapped up in the shop so we can head south. As you know, Robbie got the Nugget all done, got it down to Paul.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Paul's been doing quite a bit of stuff to it, so they're ready for me to come down and get it wired up. We're due to arrive at Paul's house at probably 3 or 3:30 in the morning, so it's about a 4-hour drive from here.
Yeah.
Yippee! Good morning. Didn't quite make it to Paul's last night. It was about 2:30 when we pulled into Panguitch, and I decided it was probably best that we stopped and slept. So anyway, so we slept for a few hours and then stopped at the junk food store and bought us a whole bunch of junk food stuff, and gotta have my morning beverage, so here we go. We'll just drive through the bustling metropolis of Panguitch, Utah, on our way to the even more bustling metropolis of Glendale, Utah. We're here, so let's go see what Paul and Ben and Randall are up to. If they're even here.
Oh, there it is.
There's Paul. Nice. What are they building today? Oh, more domestic chores today, huh?
Yeah.
Dump weed whacker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Just fired right
the
up.
primer bulb's bad on it, and we just squirted some starting fluid in it, fired right up. So,
Oh, wow.
treasure from the dump.
Nice.
Randall needed a weed whacker, and there we go.
Nice.
How are you guys?
Good. How about you?
Good. How was the trip?
It was long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it to Panguitch at about 2:45. I shut her down.
You decided.
I
you were
decided I
tired,
wasn't
huh?
going to make it down the canyon.
Oh yeah. Can't
Me
blame
and the
you.
deer, we weren't getting along all that well. So,
Well,
yeah.
you can park that thing
All right, let's see where we're going to put Cousin Eddie's.
anywhere there will work fine. So
Okay.
you back it in or pull it in however you desire. The rest of my shop hasn't been put back in yet.
Well, I was pretty impressed with what you got. It looks totally different.
I don't really want all this stuff back in there, but there's a lot of good stuff. I don't know what to do with it yet.
All right.
So.
I got a trailer coming, maybe. So maybe. Let's go walk around his yard here. We'll wait till the mood's right, and then he'll just load it up on a trailer for us, maybe. Ooh, what's over here under the cover? It's a Buick 215. It's all aluminum. It's probably like a 60 to 62, probably.
Why were they all aluminum? Just because?
They were just small and light, but it's a 215 cubic inch motor. The V8s that they ran in the Land Rovers for a long time, it's that motor. Land Rover bought the design from GM in the 60s because it was small and light and made decent power. So yeah, that's an unusual thing. I haven't seen a complete actual 215 in a long time. That is cool. Get her leveled up and then we'll be camping.
Glamping.
Glamping?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, this will be more like working. It's really not work when you're in somebody else's shop.
Yep.
Especially when it's Paul and Randall and Ben.
Well, what you been up to?
beat my head against the wall. So
Well, that's good. That makes two of us then. What do you think of the shop?
it is nice. Wow, it's like not a dungeon.
Yeah, it's so much better in here to see. And
Amazing.
cooler, quieter.
Yeah, it is.
It made a giant difference.
No real echo.
Yep.
Tons of light.
Made it so you can see in here.
Yeah.
Whole lot better.
Yeah.
Now I just need the rest of the shop built.
Yeah.
Add 60 more feet onto this place, I might have enough room.
No, you won't, but
I
you
know.
may do. But
Exactly.
looks like you got the motor all nestled in, huh?
Yep, motor, tranny, transfer cases, they're in it.
Oh yeah, everything's in. Nice.
We just got a Nugget here, so we kind of quit working on it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We feel naked without it. We need to get it back working.
Yeah.
There's tons of jobs where this would have made it way easier to just have a tow truck.
Yeah. Yep.
So hooking a strap on or letting
Yeah.
Randall run into me or me run into Randall and
Ruining radiators and bumpers and grills and other expensive irreplaceable parts.
exactly those kinds of things.
Yeah, no pressure around it.
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm just glad I'm not around. It would have been me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have got the special Big Brother words. See?
I know. It's like, oh, you did a great job.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Dad?
Okay. I'm sure all of you Nugget fans have been watching everybody. Watching Robbie and Matt. And they all said, don't scratch the paint. Don't scratch the Nugget.
So we're going a little extreme.
I don't know. This might not be extreme enough. So yeah, I got a big roll of pig mats and lots of masking tape. And these pig mats are soft, like a fender cover. But since they're brand new off a roll, there's no dirt or anything in them to scratch the paint. So, and then when we're done, we can use it on our first oil spill. We've got our big pile of parts here. This is a 12 circuit wiring harness that Paul got for it. So this is the exact same harness we used on the FJ. Probably cut a lot of the wires out because I don't know how many of the circuits we'll use on this, but we have everything that we need here. And then we have the engine harness. I'm not sure where this came from. I don't know who built this, but basically they took the original harness out of the tractor and cut it all down, cleaned it up. They did a pretty good job. All of the connectors are labeled. And then we just have these few connections we have to make. Basically, I've made it really nice for me to put in.
So that's hot wiring harness number 2.
That's wiring harness number 2. Wiring harness number 3 is this guy right here. I think this is out of a Samurai. These are the 2 connectors that I need for our Samurai instrument panel. So I gotta get that all figured out. So I'm not exactly sure how much of this wiring I'm gonna need, but I gotta get all 3 of these harnesses integrated. And this harness is pretty simple, so it isn't gonna have all of the wires that run to from the headlight switch to all the lights. So I'll have to run those.
That's not simple.
Well, compared to the other harness that they brought for it, instead of this one, it was double that.
It was 24.
It weighed almost as much as the Nugget weighs. So,
Oh, goodness.
yep. Time to start making some notes, start laying some stuff out on paper so I know what I'm up against. And oh yeah, I got to finish pig matting this thing before I get even close to it, so I don't get on Robbie's naughty list. Been messing with this for the last couple hours. Got this harness kind of figured out. I had to start with the engine harness, so I had to get it laid in to figure out where exactly it needs to come in at. It's going to dictate where the other harnesses go. So it's got that laid in there, got it plugged in. It's pretty nice. They did a pretty good job of getting that all figured out. Probably have to enlarge that hole to run this through. I've brought some grommets Hopefully there's some room over in this corner to mount the computer and all the related stuff. Okay, just had an existing hole here, so we gotta enlarge it to put this in so I can run the engine harness through the firewall. So Kenner here is gonna document me destroying Robbie's paint, so he knows who to blame. Paul kind of insisted that I do this so he doesn't get blamed for it. So. If I'm really good,
You won't do that.
I won't. See, when you're having a bad day when you're running a hole saw, it skips across and it catches at least 3 panels. So. Hey, look at that! I didn't even ruin it.
Oh, that's new.
Should show them the setup you got going on there.
Yep.
Oh,
So to do a hole in a hole, we do put a hole saw that's the size of the hole that you're working with, and then put the next size, the size you need it, over it, and then slide that over. Locks it all into place.
And then it can't slide out as easily.
Yep. The other thing you can do if you have to enlarge an existing hole with a hole saw is you can clamp a piece of wood or metal back there so your center bit will catch the hole and then hold it centered. So that way you don't destroy 3 panels in one shot. Yep. Okay, here's the other thing you got to be careful with when you're using fender mount.
The top of the
Is
frame.
when you do this, you need to see all that.
We do not
yeah.
want the metal shavings.
That'll sand it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll send old brother Leighton right into orbit. Watch your eyeballs there. Okay. So this is now oil only. This doesn't get anywhere near paint. There's Kenner. He's over doing his RC stuff, and I got him doing a bunch of stuff he doesn't want to do. So
Yeah, I'm trying
just
to-
like a good dad always does. So
I'm trying to find pigtails for the switches.
the connectors for the switches.
Yeah.
Yep. He's digging through all the nasty parts, trying to find what I need to get this project rolling. So family will be here Friday night. So
You
you'll
should
probably.
try one of these.
What should I? What is it?
I don't know. It's a taffy with peanut butter in it, so...
Oh, taffy with peanut butter. Wonder what country this is from. That's the other good thing about coming down here, is there's all kinds of random food to eat.
Oh,
so.
more junk food than you can shake a stick at. Like right there.
That's pretty good. Day 2 here in the Fab Rat shop. I didn't get a whole lot of videoing done yesterday. All I was doing was laying out this harness. I got this harness that goes out to the motor. This big long harness will go out to the back for the tail lights and such. This one is the front headlight harness. Got the engine management harness in. Computer will be there on the passenger side, just up behind the glove box. Fuse box will be over there on the driver's side, kind of in its traditional spot.
So, I'll go on the other side so we can. Or I'll just come in here. This is
There
better.
you go. That's a good spot. Can't really see too much. They're so tight under this dash. So I can't really tell exactly.
I can't get in this nugget or else I'll scratch it, so this is the best angle we get.
Okay, what about that one?
The other one?
Oh, what the heck?
The other one? Okay, it's out.
5 inches, 4 7/8. Oh, that's what I did. I made it 1 inch too.
Okay. You're able to use this whole firewall.
Yes, I sure did. Okay.
Yeah, but you want 1 to 6, you thought.
Hi.
That's the thing. I went off of. I don't know. I'll start with this one. Well, we're gonna need a third one. Remember? So let's in our unused hole. Go ahead and stick that screw in.
And which one?
The one closest to the engine.
So driver's side.
driver's side.
They have to touch it.
Okay. Alright, so now we got that. We'll grab the computer. Where did I have that? Oh, right there. You go.
Very good. That's the motor.
What's with the siren?
That's on the inside.
Okay, that should be good.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. I have no idea what it was getting caught on before.
We've got the top view.
Don't roll off screwdriver.
Huh?
I almost dropped the screwdriver.
And it would have scratched the paint and then you would have got murdered.
Oh yeah, Robbie would have had you on the kill list.
Alright, so the computer is mounted. I forgot about these little lights right here on the side, so I'm just going to wire those up to be signals. So I'll have to run a couple more wires to make those work. So I don't know how they were set up originally, but we'll just make them signals since there's already a side marker right here. Kian just showed up, come help me. He brought the trailer down so we can put his truck on that trailer and drag it home with my Ford so we can use a lot less fuel. $5 a gallon, it kind of sucks. I always love that truck. So anyway, we put Keen to work separating the harness out a little bit. We got the most everything on the outside taped up, so this is the engine harness. Got that pretty well ready to lay in. We've got the harness that runs to the tail lights right here somewhere. Oh, right there.
It's running down there and out the back.
It runs down the back of the frame, so that's all pretty well ran. So we need to put the connectors on the fuel pump, get that done, and then we can wire up the tail lights and get that handled. Kian, don't let me forget that we need to wire up a trailer for it.
Oh, 4-pin?
I've got it. Just let's not forget to put it in, and I've got the box for it too, because it's got amber turn signals. So
Okay.
so let's not forget that. So I don't know if they're going to wire up the Rocon trailer for lights, but we'll make sure that Mr. Nugget here's got trailer.
We'll do our end, then Trevor can do the other end, right?
Something, whoever.
Whoever does it.
Whoever.
Whoever.
Okay.
And then we have to repin that connector that I had to undo yesterday to get the harness to fit through the hole in the firewall.
Where does this connector go?
It goes right here on this harness. Right there. Plugs into it.
Okay.
You found it, Dad.
Yeah. So,
And what does
just
that
starting
fancy harness even control?
This right here.
Yeah.
This is the engine harness that runs up to these solenoids and other miscellaneous functions. So
Let me explain this. Connector here, go to this one, control the computer to go vroom vroom.
yeah.
Oh, I had a better way. Thingamablob and go into other thingamajig. Makes the motor go vroom.
Okay.
There we go. Paul's been working on getting the instrument cluster put in.
Working hard. Oh yeah, working harder, hardly working.
Yeah.
Named that movie.
We built this bracket to mount this gauge cluster in it. He's gonna have to cut up some gold paint. Good thing it's him and not us.
All right, back to work.
Okay, I hate work.
Kian's been building this rear harness, so we got that all pulled through. So we're going to cut it to length so we can put a 8-way connector on it. So he'll go ahead and cut that.
We're just cutting it right here. And we'll just have, from here, we'll have a connector. And then we'll run a different harness that ties into all the lights. And so it's all just one connector, one harness. Ever is a problem, you just undo it and you can test it there rather than having to go clear up to the other end.
Yeah. There's so many wires back here for the lights and everything else. We figured it'd be better to do it on a connector and then have a separate harness at the back to make it all work. So yeah, we have these 4 lights, the reverse light, the license plate light, and then we'll have the wiring,
We got the trailer connector right
trailer
there.
connector, and then since it has amber turn signals, we need the converter there as well. So there's quite a bit of wiring back here. We got everything that a full-size car does, but a lot less room to do it in.
Yeah.
So right.
It's all of them. Yeah,
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you lock it up?
No. I wonder if this has a little more power than this drill.
Well, then we're find out, right?
Yeah. Needs to be a little faster. Parts are falling off. Okay. My air.
Why do you want it gone? Is it just annoying?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have been making noise for quite some time now. That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah.
Problem is, I don't know where any of my air stuff is in this toolbox.
Kind of hard to find anything with your tools all been moved around.
Yeah. And you could try this gun. Just put an adapter on it. See how fast it spins. I don't know where all my little ones went.
Oh, that's just his motor mount.
For now. Where's the
And
gun?
until it explodes.
I'm gonna close my.
This thing's not gonna last long with this.
I would hold it.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
$8,000 revving it up. That's gonna blow it.
Jace.
That's
We don't have the right side square.
What you doing, Dad?
I'm putting some connectors together here. Putting this 2-pin connector for the neutral safety switch. So
This thing's looking good.
yeah, we're getting
We're
there.
getting close.
Getting close.
got-
So.
I got power steering leak and I got to deal with. Evidently the O-ring was bad.
Oh no.
Good look.
It's fun. You got to tear everything apart to get to it too. It's nice.
Which one is it?
It's the one that's on the inside right there that you can't get a wrench on.
Return line?
So you got to take the other one off to pull it out and leak it all out.
Have fun with that.
Normal stuff.
Stuff.
You know, every day
Yeah.
garbage.
I'll deal with that every time rather than build another dash.
Oh yeah.
The dash hasn't been fun, but it's getting closer.
Where's it at?
It's over there drying upside down right now. It's got epoxy on it.
Had to make that ring for it to fill in the gap. So that ring right there.
Yep. Because it has to stick out that far.
Yeah.
Well, what you doing, Ian?
I am building this taillight harness still. That's like, I did a few little odds and ends, and then Dad put me on this, and I've been doing it the rest of the time I've been here. So he
I knew what I was doing.
he banished me. He knew this would take forever, and so he didn't want to do it because you have to lay on your back and reach up, and it gets really old.
Well, that's only part of it. But I knew it would take you the rest of the day, and then I could focus on what I'm doing, and you'd be busy. So.
Oh, then I'm not
don't have to
asking him
babysit.
every 5 minutes, hey, what's next?
Yep, and I'll have to babysit you.
Win
I've
some,
only
you
been
lose
doing
some.
that for 23 years, you know.
Yeah, I know. You think you'd know after 23 years?
I know.
Nope.
Yeah, you think you kind of figured it out. Now, where did I put... Oh, you're on it. You stepped on it.
I didn't mean to.
It's all your fault, Kenner.
Got the rear taillight harness pretty well wrapped up. Kean worked on this for a couple hours trying to get it to fit in there, so there's a lot going on here with all the lights that are in the back, and then we have a taillight converter here for the trailer wiring for the Rokon trailer, so we'll have that all wired up. License plate light, backup light, amber turn signals, red brake lights, side marker lights. So there's quite a bit going on in this little harness for such a little rig. We'll put some weather pack type connectors on this to plug into the tail lights, and then this will be it looks like it'll use an 8-pin connector on this to plug into the harness that runs down the frame, so that way this can be serviced individually. Right now I am working on the connectors for the instrument cluster. So this is the pigtails out of the Samurai, because we're using a Samurai instrument panel. So those two connectors, one here, one here. This is the speed signal wire that goes to the computer. The wires that are coming out through the instrument panel hole are for the instrument cluster. So I think I've got everything ran that we need to. The rest of the wires that are hanging will go to the multifunction switch from the Sidekick. I'm going to put the original switches in the dash, but they're just going to be there to plug. But I'll use all of this because the original switches for this are bad. It'll be a lot cleaner, a lot easier. That's what everybody's used to using, is these stock mounted turn signals and headlight switch and windshield wiper switch. All right, trying to get this cluster harness finished up here. See if we can get the gauges all to work while Paul's over there getting it all painted and ready to go in. I got 3 or 4 more wires to connect on that, and this is done. Kian's over there building the harness for the tail light.
I swear this is the only thing you've had me do.
For good reason.
Yeah, there may not look like a whole lot there, but there is a lot going on in this harness.
almost from scratch?
Yeah, he's probably got 6 hours in that.
It's totally from scratch, Kenner. It started out as a spool of wires and a few connectors. I'm putting connectors here that'll tie into the harness that runs up the frame up to the motor. So I just put these connectors in, and I had to put connectors there that this will plug into. It runs up the frame and up into the engine bay and up in, and this is all just really all lights with the fuel pump wires right there. Fuel pump and fuel level sender. Because yes, this is going to have a working fuel gauge. And then I just put it in, splice this into the lights, splice the trailer connector in, plug everything else in, and lights back here will be done.
All right, Kian's wrapping the final bits of wire here in the corner. And then those all these lights should work. So
As long as I did it right. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think I did it right?
I'm not gonna bet against you. So
Yep, got it all in. The trailer harness back here is all connected. It's just mounted right here, so the connector's kind of hidden behind the reverse light. I just got this holding the wires for the license plate light, waiting for the bracket to be ready to go on, and then bolt that on, and this is all done, as long as I wired it right.
Highly doubt you did, but
Thanks, bud.
you're welcome.
And we just got everything in the interior here.
clusters wired. Get all the wires pulled over to the computer, so I got to connect all of those. My next quest is I got to pull up a wiring diagram for the ignition switch connector, so I can get all the power wires hooked up, all the turn signals and wiper functions too. So that's what this great big mass of wires needs to go to. But that might take me a better part of the day to do, so that's a lot of wires to figure out. So we got all the winch wiring, the cables up here to the contactor. I just have to make these connections to the switch on the dash for this. We're not going to have all of the other wiring here with the external remote. There just isn't enough room to have that much clutter on this.
This is the switch we'll use. It's just a basic in, out, just rocker switch. It comes with the winch, and it's also got everything else. We're just simplifying it to this.
So got all the power wiring done. Cables are ran. Battery cables are ran up to the battery. And then this will be the power wire. I need to still build a small ground wire that grounds the body. And then I'm going to turn Kian loose on getting this taken care of while I work on the inside. So this is all the wires for the turn signals and the headlights and the side marker lights. With the exception of that gray wire. That gray wire is for the fan.
So I get the rear harness done on the lights, and then he puts me loose on the front. It's like you want to put me in exile away from you or something.
Well, you know, bookmarks. You get to work on either end. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but at least this is the front end and not the stinky end. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Kids are still on the building their Lego engines.
How's this Lego engine coming?
We're gonna see this drive.
Yeah.
gotta spray more lube so they move better.
Yeah, it's mostly grease.
Is that how come the ones at home melted? Did you lubricated them and then did it so hot, so much?
No, it had
No,
so
it
much
just
RPM.
had so many RPM.
Dad, we got it to work.
This is the Fab Rat shop, so we do it nice because we do it twice.
The
They're
crazy thing is
they're
it's
about to do
like
the
green.
twice.
So we got continuity. Well, are you pushing the buttons?
So when Chad said, Kian, I trust you, maybe he shouldn't have.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate your confidence.
Spoken like a true mom right there.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so the reverse light works. It just barely kicks on.
Well, you got to push the button on the test light.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Hey, you guys are better than you thought you were.
So what happened? What did we figure
We're
out?
not gonna tell you.
It's a different test light that you have to push a little button, not like the one we normally keep in the shop that you can just do it. There you go. All right.
Okay, so let's
Got a Mountain Dew. I thought it was gonna be a long deal.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, no, figured it out quick.
So what are we trying now?
I'm gonna try from underneath. Give me just 2 seconds.
Thought you said they had it figured out. What the
They're
heck?
narrowing it down. Don't get in a hurry.
Don't get too excited.
It'll be there.
This is so exciting.
You
got the 2 right grounds?
No pressure, but we're all just waiting.
Yeah.
give me just a second.
Camera's rolling.
So what I did is right. We found out that. We just don't know why it's not working. But it's probably something my dad did, not me.
Oh,
Okay, after messing with the lights for a little while, we figured out what my deal was. We were just powering up the wrong one. There's 2 wires here that go to the switch, the orange and white one, and I was powering up the orange one, and it's the orange is the power feed to the switch, and it was the white one. So as soon as I put power here, it worked. So
It wasn't my fault, it's his.
it was my fault. Always my fault. I'm an idiot. I know it.
kids are busy RC building.
I've been making a motor. I just ruined it even more.
That's how you learn. Okay. Worst thing that happens is you learn.
After 3 days of hitting it as hard as we can, we're just not going to get this done this weekend. Between Keen and I, we probably have 50 man hours in this wiring harness, and it is getting pretty close. I have the winch all taken care of. I still need to crimp ends on the battery cables. So I've got some military style terminals to put on it with covers. Still have this harness to do, and I still have quite a bit of the wiring under the dash to take care of, the wiring to the column and the ignition switch. So that took me a lot longer to even figure out because none of the diagrams are right. So I had to go through with an ohmmeter and figure it out. And it was the same problem with the instrument cluster. Actually had to trace out the printed circuit on the back to figure out what a lot of the stuff was because the diagrams weren't accurate. But I need to come up with a couple more parts. I need the connector for the back of the alternator. We don't have that. We need more connectors for the lights. So we'll bring those down with us next weekend. Till then, remember to always try to be the solution. Thanks for watching.